If you follow her on
She looks
Instagram,
exactly the same.
she posts the weirdest. She'll post
All
like
right.
a 1 minute. Oh,
We're live. Sorry to cut you off there, Adam. We're live on the Lincoln A Bomb and Jay show. Welcome back. Hello, Adam, and hello, Jared, from coming live to us from the Lincoln A Bomb and Jay show helicopter. He's doing traffic. His feed is so bad right now that he's gonna constantly freeze and not hear half the shit that we're saying, but we still love
the
him.
fan on his roof looks like a helicopter plane.
I know, and that's why I know it does look like he's in a fucking helicopter. It's amazing.
He's in a helicopter.
It's absolutely fucking amazing. How are you guys?
Oh my god. I'm doing good, man. Hopefully you
coping.
can hear me over the sound of the blades.
Oh man, what part of the city are you over? Where are you flying over right now?
I'm just hovering over the southeast, just over Glenmore. I mean, it's basically
It sounds legit.
traffic is looking clear. Everyone looks like they're doing their part in the social distancing. Everyone looks like they're in quarantine. So you should have a safe trip on the way back.
I fucking love that so much.
So
It is so
It's so
shitty.
true. He has like a legit helicopter traffic voice.
Oh,
You
thank
have
you
it
so
on
much.
lock.
I've got the helicopter traffic man voice.
Oh, I laughed too
It's
hard.
a compliment.
Oh, that's
You'll
amazing.
put that
Thanks,
on your
man. I
Tinder.
appreciate that. When I re-download it, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
Still haven't re-downloaded it.
Well,
It's kind of a waste of time right now.
Yeah. he's in Kazakhstan in the desert in a helicopter
He's via satellite.
over top
Might
of
be a bit
Calgary.
choppy.
Yeah, via satellite.
Right.
It's fucking bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, what were you talking about, Adam?
I don't know.
You were talking about
You're talking about how crazy Britney Spears' Instagram
Britney
is.
Spears. Yeah, I don't know if you follow her on Instagram, but she posts the weirdest. She'll post I know at Christmas time she was like, "This is my." It was like she was holding it like this, and she was like, "This is my Christmas tree," and then it was like 10 seconds of music and like her Christmas tree, and then her work. She posts like workout videos where she does like the weird. I don't know, but they're like sped up, and I just think she's nuts. I think she's nuts. That's all
You know,
I got.
I'll tell you what. Someone else is gonna have to look that up because if I look up anything on my phone right now, I'll probably just crash this whole Skype session.
Wait.
So
Do they speed up the videos so that
Do they sound like this? Do they sound like this when they speed up?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She
Sorry.
sounds like a crazy chipmunk.
I have a soundboard, so I'm going to do funny effects like it's a real radio show. Welcome back to Limp FM.
Now
You've
it's
been
Satan FM.
You've been
Jesus.
podcasting like a maniac.
I know it's been interesting. Yeah, I did one a couple hours ago, and now I'm live with you guys, which is good.
I didn't get a chance to check that one out yet. What was his deal? The guy that you were with today. What was his deal? Why were you talking to him and not us? Why did you put us on the back burner? Is it because of my traffic thing? Were you waiting for me to be done my traffic report?
Yes,
Because I'm still doing it.
Yeah, you. That was exactly why I put you guys on the back burner, because I knew your internet was going to be absolutely fucking terrible, and that this was going to be an absolute gong show. Welcome to the show. No,
I
it's
guess
just
that's the one thing being quarantined. Everyone's using their internet.
yeah. No, and
Let's blame it on that.
Well, TELUS has been having a lot of problems lately because everybody's at home, and their network can't handle the amount of people that are like using it. It's like an abnormal amount of usage for them. So
Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, I got that notification yesterday. Yeah.
They said they were going to dial back on like download speeds and stuff so that they could just like increase the whatever. I don't know, science. It's cool. Anyways, so you've been podcasting like a maniac. Dude, your talk with Miles was awesome.
Did you
And
like it?
Like all of your talks are great, but I really like the one with Miles because you guys talked about the shop for a while, and that was awesome.
that was, and I specifically wanted to do that because I wanted to really showcase like kind of what he's built and kind of have him talk about like how well. And I know because I know he's fucking proud of it, and I know that like they put a lot of work into that shop.
For sure.
And I like honestly, I can't wait to go. I can't wait. Like, and it sucks because I know I've said this a few times over the last few podcasts or whatever. Like, that you and I were supposed to drive out there on the 13th, but obviously that's not happening right now. So
And we were gonna take the Mustang.
I know, I know. You know what? I pulled it. I pulled it out of the garage. I've driven it twice so far. I took it out for a little spin yesterday. Went and washed it, and then drove it home, and it was covered in like icicles. So that wasn't. And I guess I didn't realize like how cold it was because we had
It's
those.
in your garage.
It's in my garage.
In your garage?
Yeah, it's in my garage. But like we had those nice warm days, and then all of a sudden, it was like, it just felt like spring. And then it got super cold again, and it's still like snowing today. Like I don't get it. Like where like
what the fuck's that about?
I want winter.
I had some flashback, like some social media snaps, like flashbacks that were like a year ago you posted this, blah blah blah. So I got one of those, and I was like, oh man, it was so nice a year ago. Like you don't realize like the difference in like. So I posted this video on my Snapchat, whatever. It was just me and Lou at the dog park. But I was like looking around in the Snapchat. I'm like, dude, it's so nice out. Like, it was like pre-spring this time last year, and now it's like -8 million and fucking 10. Stupid.
Yeah, it's
like fuck.
Yeah, not a lot of fun. What?
No, absolutely.
What have you guys been doing to kind of keep yourself entertained?
I've been eating a lot of food.
What have you been eating? My get food partner.
Oh man, I've been making like pita pizzas. I make quesadillas. I've been having grilled cheese. I've been eating I've been eating like stuff that you only eat if you get let out of prison. That's what I've been eating. You know, like your first day out, and you're like, I want a cheeseburger, I want pizza, I want chocolate bars, I want.
Yeah.
That's my life.
What about you, Jared?
You
have
guys?
you
Everything?
How many?
Assuming you can hear me.
How many Little Caesars pizzas have you eaten?
This week actually none, but kind of the same thing with what Adam was saying. Just a lot of just ready-made Costco shit like chimichangas and just anything you can just throw into the microwave. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. But it's been real bad. And I know what fuck Lincoln's laughing about right now. It's because of how bad I sound.
Yeah, it was. But I every time you see me,
don't ask me questions.
If you see me laughing, it's because you've like frozen and you're like, it's gonna go. No, I heard all that though. Quesadillas, and I had pizza pops today, and they were all right. You know, they just kind of.
Do you think that pizza? We had this discussion at work. Okay, this is a sidetrack. Do you think pizza pops are different than they were when we were growing up, i.e., size? And do you think that they taste the same, or do you think that they taste a little bit different? Go.
They're okay. Wow.
Because my personal opinion is I feel that they were bigger when I was a kid. Everyone says that, but no, but really they were. And I think
but you were also smaller.
I know, but like I feel like they were bigger.
No, but you're also like 30 years older than me. I feel like pizza pops are the same size as when I was a kid. But
so like 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. But they definitely taste different.
Don't you think they do taste different though?
They do taste different. They're definitely different.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, if I can interject real quick.
Okay. Half an hour later.
Do you think they taste different, or do you think your taste buds have been more refined? I didn't like avocado until I was 25, and now I do.
No, they're using different ingredients. They're actually pizza pops are using cheaper ingredients in their pizza pops, and that's evident in like the cheese that they use and the meats and stuff. Like you can taste it. It's like
did you guys research this before we came on the podcast and didn't tell me?
No, we're fat guys. We've eaten a lot of pizza pops in our lives. No, literally, it's like, dude, they used to have like stringy like pizza cheese. Now it's like a liquid. The little cubes of cheese that when you microwave a pizza pop, they just turn into a liquid. It's not.
And the filling used to be thicker when I was a kid. It used to be chunkier, and now it's like thinner. It's like almost like it's like spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, it's literally like it's liquid. The meat's liquid. The whole thing, the innards are liquid. I know Jared has.
Anymore.
What's that?
I can't eat them anymore.
No, they're. The only ones I like are the deluxe ones. I like those ones.
You know what's still bomb? Pizza bagels.
Oh yeah, pizza bagels are fire.
Oh yeah.
Jared doesn't know
And
anything.
we still need that. We still need that Little Caesars sponsor anytime now. So
I agree.
Shout out to Little Caesars.
Yeah, Jared, do you want to hit them up and see if they'll sponsor us?
Yeah,
Because you
absolutely. There's
love
one
them
right
so-
around my house, so I'll swing by there on the weekend. I'm on a
That's
first name
funny.
basis with all of them, so
Are
it'll
ya?
be fine.
Oh, perfect.
I'll just show them this trash fire of a podcast today, and they're like, yeah. Sponsor that. That's as good as our pizza.
Great.
Oh
How
my
about that?
God.
Great.
That was so good.
So,
What have you guys been doing? What have you guys been doing?
well, I'll let Jared go first, unfortunately.
Fuck. Well, I've been working from home, as you guys all know. So I've been keeping busy doing that, and a lot of Call of Duty Warzone. Man,
But
just
you're
grinding
like
and
a,
so
are you like a gym like personal trainer?
do I not look like? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm
No, you are.
not.
Aren't you? Don't you work
I
at a
do
gym?
go to the gym.
Oh, I thought you worked at a gym. My bad.
No, I have friends who work at a gym who have been laid off because of it. Yeah.
And Jared
No,
is a
I
gym.
work. I'm a coordinator, so yeah.
Oh,
Jared is
So a lot of Call of Duty.
yeah.
Go on to Adam, who can actually hear.
So I turned on Warzone for the first time yesterday.
on your Xbox or PS4?
No, my Xbox.
Okay.
I don't.
Doesn't matter. It's crossplay.
It's cross-platform. So I played one fucking round, and I was like, "This is really, really intimidating," and turned it off. Because
Really?
yeah, it's fucking like, dude. I landed. I got a gun, and I was like searching around this building, and then I got. I just like went down the stairs, and I was just dead instantly, and then. In that weird like purgatory thing that you have to like kill the dude in like the bathroom.
Yeah, the gulag.
The gulag, yeah. And then you got to kill the guy to come back or whatever. So I did that and then came back and cut my parachute too soon, hit the ground, broke my leg, and it was like
I did that.
Yep, it was like B to give up. I was like, I guess, like, and then I just fucking.
Go ahead.
Oh, it was telling me that I had to like request to be bought back in or whatever, and I just like I felt bad for my team members because I was like, you guys are gonna have to carry me so hard, like I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair, man. Have you played other what are they called? Those like what are those games called? Battle Royales? Have you played those before?
Yeah, I mean I've played Fortnite a little bit.
And then what about Apex?
PUBG.
Or PUBG?
I never really played PUBG.
That's fair.
I
like this one. I played Fortnite and it's like not for me at all.
No.
I don't. The thing about Fortnite is like the building, like that doesn't interest me in the very least. And then I haven't played PUBG, but I did play Apex for a while, and then it got a bit nuts. But I like this one because you actually have a handgun at least at first, so you don't have to rush around. And like a lot of the time, you pick up a grenade and another guy has a gun, and you're trying to throw the grenade to kill the guy. And like, at least you both have guns. Like I was killing people out of the air while we were dropping. Like it was so fun, dude.
Yeah.
Have you got any wins yet, Adam, in Warzone?
No, I have no wins. I've only played literally, honestly, maybe 4 games. The rest of the time, I've just been playing Division 2 the whole time. So.
Oh, I have like 130 games played in Warzone.
Wow.
And I think I've won 12.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
It's like 10% winning percentage for
Dude,
a
that's
battle
really
royale.
good. That's good.
It's not bad. It's not
150
bad.
people.
Not great.
For 150
Yeah.
people. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. But Lincoln, after this, well, maybe not today, but we should hop on together. I'll show you the ropes. I'll carry you.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the thing about it, Link, like the only advice I would give you is that those games specific are very team based.
yeah.
And if you're not playing, like if you're comfortable with the game and you just log on and you're playing with randoms, you'll be fine. But I think at first it's good to play with homies so that you can get comfortable with the game. You can get to know the map. You know where stuff is. Like it's all a thing about timing and getting comfortable with the map. So you'll be there, homie. We'll play together. It'll be fun.
Well, and see, that would be way better than what I kind of. I didn't realize, and like, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful game, and it's exactly what the battle royale kind of playing field needed in terms of.
Yeah, I like the Call of Duty look of the game. Like,
Yeah.
I get really turned off by graphics pretty easy because I'm 150 years old apparently. So, but yeah, I hate the pub or the I don't know, like the cartooniness of Fortnite graphics and Apex. I don't really like that. So, I like the more Call of Duty-esque realness of this.
You want realism.
I'm about the realness.
Yeah, I played through the whole campaign on Modern Warfare and loved it. Like, I thought it was really good. But
yeah, a lot of people said that campaign was really fun.
It was.
It is.
I agree.
It is. Did you not play the campaign?
I didn't know. I only bought Warzone. I got it for free.
Wait, you can get Warzone by itself? Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not.
How does that work for loadouts, though? Because there are loadout drops in the game, and then it takes your loadouts from the multiplayer. Can you still build loadout?
Yeah.
That was amazing. Can you?
It's amazing. I
still
what he was saying, though. But yeah, you can. In the game, you just basically unlock your guns, and then you can build loadouts. And then when you call in the airdrop, and then you get those loadouts, it's the same. It doesn't pull it from the game. You can just make it within Warzone.
Okay, that makes sense.
How's your phone?
Sorry. There lots of shit happening. No, the fucking chat's blowing up. No, I'm excited to play it, but yeah, I'd rather play it with like you guys. Well, and my brother too. My brother keeps bugging me to. That's why that was like the real reason why I turned it on, because I was like, well, if Eric wants to play, like, I guess I'll see what it's all about. And yeah, it just like immediately was like, wow, this is
like being dropped into a war.
Oh yeah, it was way too much, and I was like, I want to go back to hockey.
Have you guys seen any of the gameplay or anything about Cyberpunk 2077?
Oh, I've seen like all that stuff. I haven't. Pardon me. It's delayed now, isn't it?
I think it's been delayed like maybe 2 or 3 times, but I'm okay with delays because if the game's not ready, I'd rather they wait and make sure the game's ready than do another Anthem 2.0 and release the game too early and then it's a fucking disaster. So I'm okay with delays, but yeah, it has been delayed and now I think it's coming out. I don't know when. I think maybe in the fall. But that game looks insane. Like, it looks so crazy.
That's the one Keanu Reeves has a cameo in, right?
Yeah.
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 Nice. Okay.
That game. Is
that?
Go ahead.
Is that going to be like an open world game? Like, do we know like the format of the game, like kind of GTA, but in the future, or what?
I think so. Yeah, I think like the basic premise of the game is that you make this character that is basically like, I mean, here I'm gonna pull up some like just some info on the game actually, just so that I don't like spout out some garbage that isn't true.
But it's still. We'll see. While he's looking that up, Lincoln, you should add me on Warzone after this.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, just text me your.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even know you had it.
Yeah,
I've been up till like 2 a.m. every night playing it.
Oh really? Yeah. No, I how many people can you have in like a team or whatever?
3.
Okay.
I feel like it should be 4. But 3 is manageable.
I agree. I think it should be 4 too, man.
You know, but yeah, it's just the longer you play, just like playing multiplayer. But there's a thing that you can do in the game, collecting these they're called recons. They show up as little flags on the map, and if you can capture those within the game, it'll show you it'll show you on the map where the final circle is. So every time we play, we just grab as many of those as we can, and then load up and then head to the final circle and wait for the teams to come to us.
Right.
And that's when we found like the most success in winning games.
Right.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay.
It's good to have a good
Pro
technique like that.
gamer move for you.
He's like fully frozen. Say it again.
Like, you know when you shut a robot off in the middle of talking?
Absolutely. What did you find out?
Yeah, it's an open world RPG game. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. It's adapted from a 1988 tabletop game. I didn't even know that.
No.
Oh
both of you just froze completely.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
It's an open world game. Anyways, it's set on like body modification, pretty heavy. You're implanted with a chip that's supposed to make you live forever. And basically you're kind of like this vigilante who goes around and does odd jobs and stuff, and you kind of like build your name up and stuff. Anyways, so I don't want to hold up that chat anyways, but yeah, the game looks crazy, so.
No, that game looks insane, and I'm actually really excited to play that one. And it's by the same people that did The Witcher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play The Witcher. I had no interest in playing it because I don't really like fantasy shit. However, I love like the future and shit like that. So I'm.
But you love Lord of the Rings. It's your favorite movie.
No, fuck you. Oh my god.
You don't like Hobbits?
Lincoln, do you have a favorite movie? Like, have I ever asked you like your absolute favorite movie of all time? No, I do. I think I do know it.
Okay, say it.
If I were to say Ghostbusters.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Just because you hate that movie. No, yeah, Ghostbusters is up there for sure.
But do you have like a singular favorite movie? Because I don't.
No. It's really hard to have like
It's too hard.
Yeah, it's way too hard to have.
Right?
Like,
maybe you could break it down into genres. Maybe that might be easier. But like an all-time favorite movie, man, that's too hard.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's like asking for like your favorite song of all time. It's
I have like a top 10 list that's changing all the time.
Yeah, I feel the same. It's like revolving.
Yeah, it's a revolving, and like just because it's in your top 100 and it's like say in the 87th spot doesn't mean a lot to you. You know what I mean?
Are there any movies coming out that you guys are excited for? Because I literally never know anything about movies, and you guys always know everything about movies, so I'm interested.
Yeah, obviously you know the one movie I was excited for, which was Ghostbusters, and they it was coming out in July, and then Sony just announced it's coming out in fucking March of next year.
Really?
Yeah, they moved it
almost a year.
A year, yeah, March 5th, 2021. Yeah. It's fine because, and like a whole bunch of people were pissed off, and like somebody started a petition to send to fucking Sony that was like release it digitally now so that we can fucking have it while we're in quarantine and shit like that. But what people fail to realize is that the movie's not done yet. That's why they have to fucking push it, because everybody that was working on the movie is now at home and can't work on the movie. But they're like, release it now, release it. Oh, you fucking idiots. Like, yeah, so that's the big one that I'm excited for. And then I can't really think off the top of my head. Hey, helicopter guy, what do you think?
Well, pretty much everything got pushed back this year. Honestly, the one I was really looking forward to, and I'm not sure if it's coming out this year or not, is the Green Knight, that new A24 movie.
Oh yeah, the Green Knight. Oh, yeah. Adam, if you haven't seen the trailer is there a trailer out?
There is a trailer out. Yeah, it released maybe about a month and a half ago. With Dev Patel is the lead. He plays the lead knight. Gaiwen, I think, is the character's name.
Yeah.
It's based on like an old. He's one of the knights of.
Basically, it's
a really cool story actually.
I don't really like fantasy shit, but that one I'm excited for. Like, that one looks
about knights and stuff, though,
right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that one looks like it's gonna be awesome.
It looks like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
actually taking a deep dive into actual like fantasy,
Yeah.
which is the first for A24, I think.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah, that poster for it looks really dope.
The
it looks
poster's
really
Right?
cool.
amazing.
Absolutely.
The poster's
That's
amazing.
good
And
thing Arthur embarks on a daring quest to confront an eponymous Green Knight. Ooh. Ooh. Dev Patel, yeah, he's sweet. Sean Harris.
Dev Patel's the guy from Slumdog Millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually really like that guy.
Yeah,
I like
he's
that guy.
rad.
He's a good actor.
No, he's rad.
Yeah.
He's rad.
Apart from that, it was just the Batman, Robert Pattinson,
Oh, the Batman.
and the whole production got shut down due
Yeah.
to COVID as well. So we're not. I
Well,
don't know when we're gonna see it.
There's every production shut down. There's literally no
They're
movie
showing
shooting
like
right
aerial photos of like all these production sets that have been shut down. They're shooting a live action Little Mermaid.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Is
They,
it
like,
is it Ariel
Flew
Black
over
in
the
this one?
set.
now. Yeah, she is.
I don't know. They flew over the set and they showed this like giant pirate ship, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the Little Mermaid has been shut down." I was like, "They're filming a live action Little Mermaid? Oh my god!"
Well, I mean, of course they are. Like Disney's double dipping on all their properties right now. That's why we got Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Lion King and all that. So I don't know. I love the Little Mermaid, so I'm kind of excited about if done well. Like I if Aladdin's any indication, it's just gonna kind of be like, okay, like thanks for trying, but
Yeah.
Aladdin-
Thanks for coming out.
Aladdin's my favorite Disney movie of all time. Like I saw it 8 times in the theater. I own it on every single format possible except for mini disc. And I can't watch the live action. I won't bring myself to do it. I can't because like a large part of me loved that movie because of Robin Williams and his impact on
Yeah.
that movie, and like
Yeah.
I just feel like replacing him with Will Smith, who's awesome, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
just was like I didn't see the correlation. Anyways, so
Don't-
long story short, not motivated to see it.
If that's what yeah, don't watch it for like purely just for that reason then. Don't do it. It's as soon as you get to Will Smith in the movie, pardon me, it's kind of already just like, all right, like it kind of falls apart from there and you're just like, all right, like that was fun, like
Up until that part, yeah.
yeah, like and that isn't to say that he does a bad job. Like he doesn't do a bad job of it. It's just kind of not the
It's
direction.
a different job though, because he's not Robin Williams, and that's not his fault. Like that should be
No.
his fault, you know. But
And however, I saw Aladdin on Broadway a few years ago in New York, and the guy who plays the genie in that one is actually fucking awesome and does his like own rendition of the genie that isn't necessarily reminiscent of Robin Williams, but it's still really good. So
that's awesome.
yeah,
That's really awesome.
so I
Kudos
was
to that guy for like making it his own, you know.
for sure, and I was kind of hoping that Will Smith's portrayal would be closer to that.
Yeah.
And it's not even that he just made it his own, and he's just kind of Will Smith, like he's Will Smith in everything, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I agree. Except for that movie where he had to have an accent where he played the concussion doctor. That was like the only time he like stepped out of the realm of like Will Smith, you know.
That was a good movie, Concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I really quickly on Aladdin. I wish they had gone with someone like a little bit more larger than life, like a Terry Crews or like a Jack Black for that role.
But wouldn't have that been too cheesy?
Like
though?
someone who's already.
Like Will Sasso.
Like I feel
Will Sasso's a great choice.
Will Sasso would have been good too, but here's the thing: as soon as you say Terry Crews in the genie role, my mind immediately goes to like Shazam, or
That's
not Shazam,
true.
Kazam.
No, I can see that. Kazam.
Kazam, yeah. And then all of a sudden we're
Shaq.
like, and as Shaq is, you know what I mean? Then it's too cheesy, and he's just fucking like flexing his pecs and shit. Like it just, I feel like that. I guess that's just Terry Crews specifically. Will Sasso would have been good,
I think so.
but I also feel like,
I
do you
think
think Will Sasso would have been tried too much to do kind of a Robin Williams. It doesn't. That's the thing is like I don't think it matters who you put in that role. No matter who you put in that role, that person is always going to be compared to Robin Williams. The way they could have subverted that the best is make Jeannie a woman. Discuss.
That's a
Oh, man,
180 though. That's like a complete 180. Like I'm down with it being remade, and I just wish that it would have been like someone you said, like someone on Broadway that would have taken the role on and done it their own way. I have more respect for that. A woman could definitely work, but that it would have to be a funny woman.
Oh yeah.
Like, or not even funny. It would have to be like a very captivating actress, to be able to pull that off, I think. But it's doable.
Sandra Bullock.
Oh man.
No,
dude, we just watched Speed in the lunchroom the other day, and that movie is so bad good. It was great to watch again.
I love that movie. It's so
Speed's
when the bus goes off the bridge and it like like the whole lunchroom was just dying, man. It was so funny.
Yeah. I actually watched that not too long ago as well.
But a really good movie, like that movie has like, it keeps you completely captivated the whole time.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Good one. I think to touch on the whole like woman as a genie thing.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't have. I don't think it would have mattered at that point. I think he got enough hate. Well, I mean, it's not like the internet like got all up in arms when Will Smith was cast, but there was some controversy about it. I think at that point it would have been like, they're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like you said, everyone's going to be compared to Robin Williams. Like it doesn't matter. We probably would have seen a lot more hate if it was a woman, because then it would have been like, oh, this is just the feminist agenda. Like, but
they should have cast Ben Affleck. He would have done a great job at it. Like such a great Ben Affleck would have been so great in the movie. Like, why didn't they cast him? Like, he did such a great job with Batman.
Hey.
Thanks for recognizing that.
I would have loved Ben Affleck to do it. Ben Affleck is Satan's brother, and he was the best Batman ever. So don't say anything bad about Ben Affleck. And that's all I have to say about that.
Did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
Right.
There was like a fourth voice that just came out. It was weird. Something with Ben Affleck's
Oh yeah, Ben Affleck. So
you guys like just froze there for a sec. It was weird.
Why? I don't get why the fuck you guys rip on Ben Affleck so much. Like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you, the bald one.
He's great. I like him. In Good Will Hunting, he was awesome. He was really good at Good Will Hunting.
Oh, was he?
That was a good movie.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. Didn't he have a really small part in that movie?
Ben Affleck? No, he's like.
I know he wrote it. He wrote it with Matt Damon.
Yeah,
right?
he co-wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he co-wrote it with Damon, but I don't think his role in it is super small. Like I think he's in like
it's been a very long time.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time either. He's like in a good 3/4 of the movie.
Okay. That's fair.
I like Casey Affleck a lot better. I'll say that for sure.
Okay. Explain.
I just like him better. Moving
Why?
On.
Give us some evidence as to why.
Because he's not Ben Affleck.
No, but fuck. But what about?
I'm just bugging you, honestly.
No, I know.
I'm just bugging you.
Well, no, but do you legitimately like Casey Affleck more than Ben Affleck?
I don't think it's like a more thing at all. I mean, I like him. I would be hesitant.
You're just throwing things out there.
I would be hesitant to watch something with Ben Affleck. I would be more open to watching something with Casey Affleck, if that makes sense.
Okay. So like, okay.
Like, okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, okay.
Anyways, let's not talk about this anymore. Moving on.
You don't want to talk about Ben Affleck anymore? You don't like him that much?
No.
Fair enough. So Jared, when was the last time you went to the gym?
Well, the last time I went to a gym was probably 2 weeks. Are you asking me when was the last time I worked out?
No. I'm asking you like I'm asking how. What I want to know is like how shitty your life is like now that you're not able to go to a gym. Because I know you love going to the gym.
Yeah, no, I do enjoy it. It definitely sucks. I feel a lot more lethargic overall.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel better when I can
Great.
go more consistently. But I do what I can here. I'll just do some like push-ups and squats while I'm working. I don't know, do what you can. But it's been like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm eating like shit, so it doesn't even matter.
No, it really doesn't. No. I made.
It really does.
I got those really nice butter top buns from Costco that are like so delicious. They're so good. And I made craft dinner, and then I made little like bun taco shells and like filled them with craft dinner and like ate little like craft dinner tacos. Just I don't know. I feel like you kind of.
That's so awesome.
I feel like you get creative when you have to. I don't know. You get bored, and then you're like, "Well, what
Dude,
can I?
That's so good.
What kind of food can I fuck up today?" That's
I
kind.
kind of did a similar thing with chicken skin.
What'd you do?
I had KFC, and I took the chicken skin off, and I put potato salad in it, and then I rolled it up and ate it like a burrito.
That's fucking genius.
Dude, it was so fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie, man. It was
Okay,
so good.
That brings me to, I guess, another question. What is like the most creative thing that you've made while you were high, like from smoking weed?
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
You have
Is it
something.
Me
Yeah,
specifically.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
the one who
or else-
smokes weed out of both of us, all three of us.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that I've cooked. I mean, I've cooked like a full, like 1 pound, like, what was it, pork belly. I cooked pork belly pretty stoned. That was awesome. And
That's pretty standard, though.
pork belly?
pork.
Dude, it's hard. I had to
I'm sure
braise
it's
it, and
hard,
then I
but
had to
it's like a
pull it out, let it
normal.
sit overnight, cut it, and then I had to sear it the next day. It was like a 24-hour thing.
Haven't you
It
ever
was
made like a
awesome.
Were
weird?
you high that entire time?
Oh, he was high that entire time.
Yes and no. Actually, you know what? What I did do actually a couple days ago was I got a bag of pitas, like the really big ones that you get from like eating a big donair. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make pizzas out of these. And I was like, but the crust is always like so thin. So what I did was I surgically cut the top of the pita into an X, and I pulled it up, like, because you know how there's like a middle layer. I put cheese in the middle, closed it, put like sauce, and then all the toppings, and then baked it. Dude,
That's pretty
it's
impressive.
so good.
That's pretty impressive.
You had,
So I
instead
put like
of a
cheese
stuffed crust, it
inside
was like
the
a stuffed
pita.
pizza.
Yeah.
That's
But it was like the whole pizza underneath, because it's like a whole layer. It's not just in the crust.
Wow.
I'm gonna suggest that to Little Caesars. That's how we're gonna get the sponsorship.
So that's probably the most inventive thing
Stuffed
that I've
pizza.
thought of recently.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
I feel like when you're a fat guy, you're pretty open.
I'm gonna make that soon now.
One of the best things I ever made when I was super high was, and like this was just sheer dumb luck. And I think I've told you this, Adam, is like we had cinnamon toast Eggos and
Oh yeah,
fucking
yeah,
cheese
you
and
told me about those. This is
cheese
great.
slices. It's literally like I think we were out at my buddy's cabin, and that was like I was blitzed out of my head, and I was like, I'm gonna toast up some of these fucking Eggos, and then I put a cheese slice on each one of them, and then just ate them like that, and it's honestly the best thing in the world. Cinnamon toast Eggos with a
Have you had it
craft
since?
with a crowd. Oh yeah, dude, I eat it all
Okay.
I not like all the time, but I like I have definitely eaten that quite a few times. But then I realized I was like, okay, well that's basically like McGriddle from McDonald's, right? And so I kind of started turning it into breakfast sandwiches because it makes sense. Cinnamon toast, Eggo, breakfast sandwich. Like, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, you get the salty, the sweet, add an egg in there, some bacon, you're good to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's the best. We
Yeah,
still.
I'm gonna go on a tangent here. Fuck.
You gonna what?
Okay, because I don't want to forget about it. We were gonna talk about Carol Baskins, and I really want to know that story about Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
And I want to know about this because Adam, you had talked before we went live about how they're reopening or they're opening an investigation into that case now. This is news to me. What do you know about that?
Like the sheriff that they talked to in the series down there, like he's the guy who, he's the Florida sheriff. He's like, I don't know, I can't remember what his name is in the series, anyways. But I saw a video of him this morning that said they are now like reopening the investigation into Carol Baskin's husband's disappearance, I guess. So,
Right.
I guess they've already had people coming forward since the Netflix series has been out and its popularity and stuff. So they've had already people contacting them with like, I think, possible leads. But like, he went missing in 1997. Like,
Okay.
that was like, I graduated in 97. That was a hell of a long time ago. So yeah, I mean, I think who knows how valid the information is, but nonetheless, it gets people talking about it at least, right? So
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I kind of.
There was never.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say she was never like actually like investigated or like arrested for like. So it's not like she's being tried for a crime that she's already been accused of. This is all brand new for her now.
Yeah, there's no double jeopardy here.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because in the clip that I watched, they right after that they showed the clip of her from the documentary where they're like, she's talking about the clip where they put cologne on his shoes, and then that was when the tiger was like going after his feet, and it pulled him down onto the ground or whatever. And she, in that clip, I don't know if you remember, but she's like laughing, and she's like, "Oh, that's funny. You don't put perfume on someone's shoes because the lions just go like this." She's like, "You would, cover them in sardine oil."
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I remember that.
So then when I saw that clip, I was like, that's weird. That is weird that she said that and how she said that. So anyways, but yeah.
She's also like I've seen it's funny. I've seen a bunch of different stuff come out about that afterwards. And like from the time that I talked about it like earlier this week or last week or whatever, like so much more shit has come out about Tiger King and stuff like that. So Eric Good, the guy who made the fucking thing, like there's all these different parties that are in the documentary that are coming out and saying that Eric Good including Carol Baskin's husband, Howard Raskin, they're all saying that like Eric Good misled them as to what the documentary was about, and that's why they agreed to be a part of it, and then it's turned into this totally different thing that they weren't prepared for. But the funny thing about it is it's like, well, you like doesn't matter what his intentions were, you agreed to be a part of it, and they found out all this shit and included it in the documentary, and then now people are saying that it's like misleading and fucking like all it's.
Yeah, I saw another video with Doc Antle, and he was saying he was being interviewed online something, and he was saying how they were misled the entire time. Now, this is like with a grain of salt because I don't know who to believe in this situation.
Totally.
But what he was saying in the video was that he said the documentary crew came out and filmed multiple times at his sanctuary, and they filmed in like 5 to 6 day periods. And he said that he granted them all access because he was told that this was a documentary not about Joe Exotic or Carol Baskin, that this was a documentary about his sanctuary and all the stuff that he's doing in fucking wherever the fuck, somewhere in Africa, to try and save the lions.
Right.
And so he was arguing that like the whole time they only asked him like 3 questions about Joe Exotic. The rest of the time he thought it was all about him. So if that is true, then I think he has some validity in being duped under the intent. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's like a great guy or whatever, but If
No.
you're being misled into letting someone have full access to you, and then finding out the project that they're working on is actually like going to go against your name and your reputation, like I think you would be a little bit upset. So I don't know.
And the Howard Raskin, because I watched the video that he posted. It's like a 10-minute long video where he kind of recounts a lot of what, quote unquote, actually happened due to those interviews and stuff like that. And he says a similar thing where he says the producers of the documentary came in and said that Joe Exotic was not, he was in the movie, but he was not the focus. Right.
Right.
So that there might be some validity to that.
Yeah, Doc Antle also raised two other points that I thought might be valid, which was Joe or is it Joe, or who was the first husband, like the redneck guy with like the meth teeth? What was his name? Do you remember? Anyways, the meth tooth husband or whatever, I can't remember his name right now, but he said that every time he ever met him, that he was always like a normal guy, and that for the documentary they made him like take his shirt off, pull out his teeth, and make him sit there to look like a crazy person. And the other one was like the Asian lady who had her arm ripped off.
Yeah.
He was like, she always has her arm covered in like this like protective bandage, and they made her like sit by a junk pile and take her arm bandage off so that everybody could see her stump sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if like that is true, but it kind of felt like a lot of that might have been staged.
Yeah, a lot of it was staged for sure. You like, and I believe, I do believe some of that stuff, because the guy with the fucked up teeth, his teeth are fixed now, and he came out,
I saw a picture of him.
Yeah, he came out afterwards and was like, he's actually kind of trying to shy away from the limelight because he doesn't want any of the, he actually doesn't want any of the attention, it seems like, from all this shit. But he was, the one thing that he did kind of allude to was like, I don't know, like they filmed a whole bunch of stuff with me getting my teeth fixed, and like they just never showed any of it. Because that's the thing, is like the narrative was very specific for this film, and I think that the producers knew that they had struck gold, and they were gonna absolutely fucking show all of the like random heinous like crazy batshit stuff going on, and cut out anything that was normal.
Right.
So
I believe that. Yeah. I believe that could be a possibility for sure.
Oh yeah.
Normal doesn't make good TV.
No, it doesn't. And that's exactly why Jim Kirkham or whatever, the dude who's like sitting there smoking the whole time, that's why he was in there filming a reality show about them the whole time, because they're
like, he has A&E reality TV show written all over him. Like,
he does.
That whole, I'm amazed that like he never got his own show anyways, but I came away from the documentary actually feeling bad for Joe Exotic. I'm not like, I don't think that he treated the cats that well, but him as a human being and like being taken advantage of, and like, I don't know, I kind of came, and like, yeah, granted he didn't do everything the best either, but I just came away from it feeling bad for him for some reason.
And that's totally fair. I mean, like, when you watch that series, there's not really a redeeming quality in a lot of the people that are in that series. Like Doc Antle, Joe Exotic, Jeff Lowe, Carol Baskin, like all of those, the kind of the people at the very like the forefront, they're not shown in a very redeeming light, and I think that's done purposely. Like, we don't know how these people operate in their day to day, so we don't know if they're legitimately like normal people who just happen to like have all of their worst moments caught on camera,
right,
and then displayed to the world. So like, it's really hard to kind of actually be able to determine, you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to kind of really pinpoint.
Yeah, it's weird though, that's for sure, man. Joe Exotic was such a weird ass, cool, crazy, like he had like music videos and like the singing at the funeral, and like, dude, there was so much where I was like, this guy is like an artist. He's not even like, he's like a walking like art exhibit. He's so insane.
Yeah.
Like everything he does, running for governor and like what the like what? Who is this guy?
Wouldn't it be rad if that like a year from now, when everything kind of cools, or like you remember, pardon me, you remember when like Joaquin Phoenix did his whole like I'm Still Here documentary thing and kind of went off the rails and everybody thought he was fucking crazy, but it turned out it was all an act and it was for a movie. Like there's people that are like diving deep into that have dived deep into Joe Exotic to make sure that this is not like a Sacha Baron Cohen kind of like experiment thing and whatnot, and it's like they can't really figure it out. But how fucking crazy would it be if like that dude saw so far into the future that he was like, I'm going to put on this act for so long.
He's like this, like, and it's Val Kilmer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
like,
Ben
I
Affleck.
got throat cancer. Well, I've been Joe Exotic the whole time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
Well, who's Val Kilmer then? And Val Kilmer, the Val Kilmer guy pulls off his mask and it's fucking somebody. I couldn't even think of anybody off the top of my head. Tom Cruise. Yeah, that
in the greatest role of his life.
Yeah. I played Val Kilmer.
But honestly, like you couldn't sit down and make a character up like this. Like
no,
gay, like gun-toting, like cat big, like you couldn't even come up with all these things like if we sat down, you know? Like
no, it's true. And the real life is so weird. Sorry, I had to do something real quick.
You just Jared out there for a second.
I Jareded it out of it. Yeah. No, I hit a pothole. No, you're right. You can't write this shit. Real life is too fucking weird compared to.
That's why I love documentaries for that reason.
Yeah.
For real.
No, I fully agree with you on that. It was, but I mean, overall, I've now that I've kind of having a bit of time to like digest it and kind of move away from it, it's kind of like, all right, like I don't think I'll ever watch it again. And like there's a lot of really crazy shit that happens in it, and that's fine. But it's definitely, I wouldn't say it's the best documentary series I've ever watched. It's definitely
I agree.
The craziest, but it's not the best one I've ever watched.
No, I agree with that for sure, 100%.
It was just like watching a car crash, man.
Oh yeah.
You can't look away, and you're just so mesmerized by it. But then you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not seeking more car crashes now. Like that was good. Let's move on.
I just felt like I know we're like all animal people. I really it was hard for me to watch the whole documentary because of the cats. Like
yeah.
I felt so bad.
I know.
For them and their situation and the pictures and the kittens and like it's just such a like it's I don't know. It's just so unnatural that it's alarming to me anyways.
Yeah,
so.
that was I think the animal abuse was the hardest part in the whole thing to watch.
Like even Carol Baskin, like, you know, when they showed pictures of her, like those cats are just sitting in there, like they're not doing not that they should be performing tricks or anything, but just like, is them sitting alone in a cage even a better life? Like, I don't know. It brings up a lot of questions about like animal cruelty and stuff. So
yeah, no, it does. It does. Yeah, but I mean, at least it's entertained us in this, you know, isolation period for a few minutes.
Have you guys watched Tom Segura's Ball Hog?
No, I haven't watched that yet. I know, and you know what? There's the Tom Segura one and the Bert Kreischer one.
Bert
Kreischer one. There's two that I have to.
Big Boy is his.
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you watch that, Jared?
No, I'm not too familiar with those actually. I was just sending you a text. It's getting so much worse on my end.
Oh my god. Fucking guy.
Jesus.
I can't wait till you're at home.
No. Oh, I know.
Wow.
It'll be way better. I actually have like.
No.
Anyway.
Fucking guy. Oh my god.
I pretty much exclusively watch Dave Chappelle, like for stand-up comedy.
How's traffic, Jared? We can't even.
I'm already fuck up.
We can't even hear him laughing. It's so bad.
No.
It's
Just
like
see him laughing. That's all.
oh my god.
It's so true.
Yeah. Okay.
This is really. I apologize.
No,
It will be better. It will be better.
Well, it is your fault, but we don't blame you that much. It's all.
You have someone kindly quarantining at your place, so you have been displaced and you're not in your normal residence. So we'll let it pass with the brown shit walls behind you.
Thank you.
Brown shit walls. Well, I
know you're making fun of my ex-mother-in-law's decor choices. So
Mother-in-law's so good.
Is it like a Tuscan like stone brown, or is it like a like
do you know what?
A desert
like
brown?
I can give you a follow-up on the next one. I'm sure they have cans in the basement that I can go take a look at. And I'll if you want to color match this later,
yeah,
I'll take a look for you.
From the blue room to the brown room.
Yeah, the poop room. The poop room.
The poop room.
The poop room.
The diarrhea room.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in this evening for the poop room. I mean, the Lincoln A. Bomb and Jay show. A little bit of a shit show, but it's all good. Thanks for calling in, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it again next week and see how everybody's doing. Make sure nobody's gone crazy and all that.
Make sure no one's coughing.
Yeah, no coughing. Okay.
All right.
All right. Love you guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. All right. They're gone. They're gone. Let's end this motherfucker.